Hi guys, I'm Richard Newton and welcome to my training video on essential Photoshop colour correction and image treatment. Before we dive into Photoshop, a bit more about me. I've been a freelance portrait photographer since the mid-90s and had several magazine covers, including Time and The Weekend on Sunday. I found colour correction in Photoshop to make a huge difference, so I think you'll benefit a lot from what I've learned over the years. So, without further ado, let's dive into Photoshop. Okay, so here we are in Photoshop. Here's the image that we're going to be treating. Now, I've already done some of the retouching on this, so I've already done things like spot removal, but what we're just going to be looking at now is colour correction and anything that you might be doing after colour correction. So that all of your corrections are still editable and non-destructive, we're going to be using an adjustment layer. So I'm going to go to the adjustment layers button here and just go to, it's out of the capture area there, but start off with a curves adjustment layer, which you can see here over the right side of the screen. It may be different with your Photoshop setup, but that's approximately how it'll look. Such a common error with colour correction is going really overboard with colour correction. It's a subtle change that I find always works so much better. And you can see here with the curves, we can brighten the midtones or make the midtones heavier. What I'm going to do is just keep that point there in the middle more or less, and just raise that bit at the bottom there, and again this new point is to be kind of crushed down just to make sure those blacks are looking right. So we have something like this. I know this might look a bit silly at the moment, but believe me, it's all going to come together. Industry secrets here. Similarly, to make it look right, you want to do it at the highlight side of things as well. So you're doing the reverse process in the highlights area, and just once more there, once more there. And what I tend to find is the more of these vertical lines you get throughout the curves diagram here, the better your picture will look. So that's something to bear in mind. So I'd say that's a pretty good start with our colour correction. Okay, so with our colour correction complete, what we're going to look at doing now is faking a little bit of depth of field. Quite a popular look at the moment, and I'll show you how to do that now. So I'm just going to make a new layer that's a combination of what we've done already, and I'm going to select the areas of the face that are nearest to the camera. So probably the nose, tips of the lips there, maybe the chin. I'm also going to select the ear and maybe just a couple of points of the hair there. And just to complete this look, it's just a simple blur, but the effect I'm using isn't actually in the blur section. If you go to render clouds, that'll generate that. Deselect that. And so there you are, that is your color correction complete. And as you can see, if we go to where we started and what we have now, you can see the subtle differences there. Color correction ought to be one of those things you don't really notice it that it has been done, but you'd notice it if it wasn't done. And I think this definitely applies to this example. You can apply these techniques to all imagery. So yeah, thank you very much for watching my tutorial. I hope it helps, and I'll see you soon.